Hey guys, I want to welcome you back to the Sensu Pop channel. For today's video, we will be doing a deck profile on future Gohan. This is a deck I've been playing for quite some time. It is very fun to play. A little bit annoying for your opponent. The problem is, something was missing. Until the Mech and Boost, the expansion pack, has been released, and that added quite a bit of support that the future Gohan decks required. So after playtesting for quite some time and with the expansion pack, I think we got it. This is going to be my future Gohan deck profile. But before we go on to the deck profile, I have an announcement to make. This channel has found a partner. This channel will be partnering up with Mania Packs. The deal, it's very simple. There's a link down below, and if you're looking to buy any products like booster boxes for Dragon Ball TCG, all you have to do is to go click down below, and if you buy something from there, you get 5% discount on all your purchases. That's it. So without further ado, let us go straight into the deck profile, future Gohan. See you guys after the short intro. Okay, how do you do this? Hey guys, I want to welcome you back from the intro. First up, what is this deck all about? This deck, it's about playing a lot of blockers. Your blockers can come from Trunks, your blockers can come from Gohan, but the difference between your Gohan and your Trunks is that Trunks is actually your main line. What you want to do here is, using all your blockers, you set up your Trunks gets more and more powerful, and that's how you win the game. So eventually you want to use your Gohan, and your Gohan sets up your Trunks. All of them are blockers, and eventually you get to your 8-drop with Trunks, Might of Hope. This is your boss monster. He is a double strike dual attacker, 30k with barrier, and he has the ability to lock your opponents down somehow, and combined with your leader, he becomes a 35k crit double striker dual attack that restands and becomes a barrier blocker during your opponent's turn. So basically this is the gist of the deck. This is how the deck is being played. So now we know we want to get to the 8-drop Trunks as your boss monster. How do we get there? There are several ways to do that. You don't really have to pay for the 8-drops. We know this is a game. If you need to pay like tap 8, basically this is not a good deck. So how you're gonna do that is there are several ways. One of the ways is Son Gohan, Warrior of Hope. You want to kill Son Gohan when Son Gohan is dead. That's how you power up Trunks, right? Just like in the manga. So this 1-drop, what you want to do here, you play this at 7 life or 6 life, 7 or less life, because with this Gohan, when you play him, you get to crit 1 life, and then you get to set up your 1-drop Trunks. That is very important. But with this guy, he only gains blocker when you are 6 or less life. So when you're 7, you crit 1, it becomes 6. Don't play this at 8. Don't play this on turn 1, because this is not gonna work. The other option is, the better option in my opinion, is as a Son Gohan Desperate Last Stand. This is a really good option for you to play. Tap 2 when you play him. He is a blocker, and this is good setup. It is a safe turn to play, especially if you're going first. It is okay to tap out with this deck on turn 2 with this card. That's how I find it usually. Alright, and when both of them are either removed by skills or by when KO, because all of them are blocker, you get to play this 1-drop Trunks, Warrior of Hope. This is a very important card because this card basically sets up most of your combo. When one of your future Son Gohan cards is KO'd by either an attack or removed from your battle area by one of their skills, you get to play a 3-drop from your deck on top of this card. Then you shuffle your deck. So basically what you want to do here is to play your Son Gohan, they get KO'd, removed by skills. What happened here is this Trunks, because it's played by either Son Gohan or the other Gohan, when you play them, this card will be played. Then you play that 3-drop on top of it, and this one, once you get here, it is pretty safe, but I will have to say that even though he has barrier, he is only 20k, so take note, he is pretty easy to be KO'd on a battle. So the thing about this card is this is in between, because once you have 4 more energy, you tap 2, you go up to this Trunks Might of Hope. This is double striker, dual attack, blocker, barrier, and this card, it's really good because activated once per turn when he is in rest mode. What happened here is that You choose up to one of your opponent's energy and battle card in rest mode. They cannot be switched until active until your opponent next turn. So he has kind of like a soft lock. But the question here is, hey, Sensu Pop, what happens here? He needs to be in rest mode before this activate main happens, right? So how can he be a blocker? That's where the leader comes into play. Alright, let us talk a little bit about the leader's ability. Then the leader syncs really well with your battle cards, because when this card attacks, you get to draw a card, and he has two ways to flip over or awaken. The first one is the conventional way. For less life, you untap one energy, draw a card, flip this card over. And Auto Burst 3, when one of your battle card with blocker skill is KO'd, you get to draw two cards and flip this card over. This is what I usually use. One of the setups you can do is play Son Gohan on turn 2, you slap down your 2-drop Son Gohan battle card that I showed you previously. When you have that one, when he is being KO'd, you also set up your 1-drop Trunks, then it goes up to 3-drop Trunks, and you have Awaken Leader, draws 2, and that's it. So basically, on your turn 2, especially if you're going first, you have a blocker, you have a barrier blocker, and your leader is flip over, and you get to draw 2 cards. Really good play, because that's when everything is being set up for you already. You're good to go, everything is fine. And on his awakened side, SS Son Gohan, Hope of the Resistance. This is a really good backside. Childish, I know. But the thing about here is that when this card attacks, you get to draw a card, then choose up to one of your yellow Trunks future card and gets 5k and critical for the turn. So your Trunks, which is like 20k, becomes a 25k crit. Your 8 drops becomes a 35k dual attack double strike critical. But more than just that, choose one of your yellow, he has a defensive play also, because choose up to one of your mono yellow Trunks future card when one of your opponent attacks. It doesn't matter. Unison, once he attacks, switch that chosen card to active mode and get plus 6k power for the turn, and you get the skills for the turn. That means your Trunks, your 20k blocker, barrier blocker, becomes a 26k barrier blocker. Your 30k becomes a 36k. The 1k, it's gonna do such a miracle, because in order for you to KO that 30k, your opponent has to go up to 40k. And what's 40k? Only battle cards, only SCRs of 40ks, so they sync really well with your Trunks. So your Trunks becomes more aggressive when he attacks with critical and the extra 5k, and then more defensive because it restands and get the 6k. So you can go for the dual attack, and then it's still fine. So let's talk about the Unison. The Unison is something that was missing with the deck itself, and I'm glad that we have it, because this Unison is really just built for future Gohan. Look at the +1. The +1 says choose up to one of your yellow battle card, switch it to active mode at the start of your opponent's next main phase. So how you're gonna use this is now your 30k dual attack double strike barrier Trunks. What you can do with him, it's with your leader's ability, it becomes a 35k double strike dual attack critical swing. So you can swing 1 time, swing 2 times, because it is in rest mode. Activate main, lock down one of your opponent's energy, lock down one of your opponent's battle card, and then do the +1. And then at the start of your opponent's turn, it switches itself to active mode. Now you have a 30k barrier blocker. Your opponent swings, use that 30k to block, and after that your opponent swings 1 more time, activates your leader's ability, it becomes now a 36k blocker again, just like that. So you can use the Trunks to block it 2 times if you want to. A little bit risky with the 3-drop, because the 3-drop, the first block, it's going to be only 20k, but then a free swing, a 20k barrier blocker, why not? It's pretty good, I like it. And this card gains a lot of marker because of the Spirit Boost ability. It really gains a lot of marker, because when you activate blocker skills on one of your yellow battle card, add a marker to the skills. So once you activate blocker, he gets a +1 too. And with the Vegeta going all out, or what, I don't know what's that card name called, that really beautiful Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta counterplay card, now you have an additional blocker and you put something to tap. With Poutine, this deck just locks your opponent down if your opponent has no answer for it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about bot control. One of the cards that I play is the SS Son Goku, the Hero Returns. This card, very simple, activate battle. If you have a you have a Trunks future card in your battle area, area. During battle, you can play this card, and when you play this card, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle card 3 or less. It does not have to be the attacking card. Send it to warp, send this card to warp, at the end of turn, play both cards with their skills negated. So now you have a 0 plus 5k to do on the defensive or the offensive if you want to, because this 10k, it's not gonna swing. But the good part about this is, I was thinking about this card, and I thought about, okay, removing something 3-drop was really good. Somehow, I think I could give it a try. But you know what was my first match for Future Trunks? It was against King Vegeta. And I was just setting their 3-drops away all the time, and it was just frustrating. They couldn't get to the 5-drop, and I won using Future Trunks against King Vegeta. Of course, it's not a fully powered King Vegeta with a lot of those promos, but take note, the promos are 3-drops. So if they're gonna swing and there's a 3-drop on the field, they will not evolve onto a 5-drop as long as you have this card in your hand. As good as the Trunks is, we are going to be laying some traps also for your opponent, because we need to activate our trap cards, right? Like, and how we do this is, the first one is, it is going to be our first negate, which is, you can use this as a negate, but again, it has a secondary function, which is activate battle. You choose this card from your drop area and one card from your hand and send it to warp. Your Trunks will not be able to be KO'd during that battle. So what's going to be here, happen here is that when your opponent is swinging and they try to take out your 30k, usually they will not try to over combo this 30k, because it's just too much to combo, especially if it's 36k. However, that 20k, it's a little bit fragile. So what you can do here, you set up a little trap, you swing, your opponent swings with it, like a 15k, you use your 20k to swing, your opponent combos 10k, and then you just send a card from your hand to your warp, and this card from a drop to your warp, and your card will not be KO. So you kind of like bamboozle them. It's just for the battle, but if your opponent overcommits because they know that the 3-drop Trunks, it's part of your chain, they try to stop you from going up, you can also kill them this way. Alright, the other one, it's Furious Awakening, counterattack, choose up to one of your yellow Trunks battle card in active mode, and it gains revenge for the turn. So what's gonna happen here is, your opponent swings with one of their big battle cards because they think that they're 40k or they are 30k with barrier and stuff like that. It's gonna be pretty safe. What's worse, you're just gonna block with the Trunks. However, you are just gonna slam them in the face. You're gonna like shikow. I don't know, I'm just trying to do some sound effect. It's not working, I know. But then you just tap 1 and your Trunks gets, when they attack, you counterattack, now your Trunks has revenge. And then you block, and whatever they need dies. Just right there, alright? And the activate battle is something I don't really use, but you can use it because you can swing with Trunks, and then if your opponent is down to 1 life and it's very difficult, you don't need a double strike anymore. What you can do is you activate battle, you choose one of your future Trunks and switch it to active mode. So imagine this guy, it swings at 35k, right? So you swing for the first time, your opponent takes the 2 damage, your opponent is down to 1 life, you swing, you don't need a double strike anymore, you tap 1, this Trunks comes back into active mode, and it becomes a 50k vanilla. 50k vanilla. So your opponent has to combo out of it. If they don't want to, you swing for this. If they manage to, you swing for the second time. 50k vanilla. Just like that. Just go for the game ender. So this card is very utility. We play 2 off in this deck. Hey guys, so this is the deck list. I apologize for a little bit of this, the Trunks, the Piccolo, because the deck builder websites, I don't think any of them has updated their list. So I need to kind of do a little bit of like a Photoshop work just to flip them over. So sorry about that. So just play Piccolo and also Trunks for 3 and 4 in this deck list. Alright, one of the things I like to highlight in this deck list is of course the dependable Saiyan Trunks. This is from I think Series 6 or Series 5, I don't know which one it is, but this is the old card. However, this card, it's really good in this deck because this is Trunks Future also. Your 3-drop can evolve on top of it, your 8-drop can evolve on top of it, and when you play this, you look up the top 3, pick a yellow Saiyans and put it into your hand. So this card really synergizes really well with this deck, alright? And so basically that's it. How good is this deck? I think this deck, it's really fun, but this is not like Yellow Android type of fun because seriously, I don't know how to come back once they take my my Trunks 8-drops out. Basically, that's GG. But if you like Future Trunks, if you want to play with the leader, so this is still a pretty fun deck because handling 35k double strike crit dual attack, it's not gonna be fun, and you will end game if you can take your opponent by surprise, okay? And he comes back into active mode and he can defend. So if your opponent does not have a efficient way, for example like black, to take out a barrier blocker, they really have a very bad time with this deck itself. Alright, so I hope you enjoy the game, I hope you stay healthy, I hope you have fun, keep on playing Dragon Ball Super card game. See you guys in the next video. Ciao, bye.